on, guys? You got Chris and Sean talking through the medias. Today we want to talk about the potential reboot for the Back to the Future series. This is something that's near and dear to all of us 80s babies' hearts. So what we want to do today is we're going to kind of do like a rumors and spec, what our best judgment, if we had whatever kind of scenario we wanted, who we would want to pick two characters for, two actors, ideally what we want. So we're only going to do Marty McFly, who is the main character who was played by Michael J. Fox, and Doc Brown. Those are the only two we're going to do today. So let's start off with Chris. If you had your first round draft pick for Marty McFly, who would be your boy?
Well, rumors and specs, guys. So this is a sad and happy day because I don't want to reboot to Back to the Future. But if it was inevitable, and this is what this is all about. If this was inevitable and it had to happen, then this is our short list. This is a short list of who we would pick to ruin this franchise. That would start off with the pick off for Marty McFly. I would start off with Zac Efron. And the reason why I say Zac Efron, because I feel like his comedic chops have been blossoming ever since he's been working with Seth Rogen in the Neighbors franchise. He's doing a lot of work with The Rock. He's going to be in the reboot or the movie adaptation of Baywatch. So I feel like his energy, his charisma has been getting a lot better. And I feel like he's going to, in the comedy world, he's going to be something amazing. So I feel like he has the temperament to play Marty McFly. There you go. That's my first pick. What you got, Sean?
All right. So for my first round draft pick, if I had it my way or the highway, I would go with Cameron Monaghan, who was in the show Gotham. We thought he was going to be the Joker, and he's also in another TV show called Shameless. I think he's one of those guys that, like, whenever you show a clip of this guy to people, especially the one from Gotham, they're just like, holy crap, that was amazing. Who is this guy? Nobody's heard of him. So I say give him a big project and run with it. I promise you it will go good.
Yeah, he did a great job as
pseudo Joker.
Yeah, the Neo Joker. So for my next pick, I came up to our current Spider-Man, or Tom Holland from Captain America: Civil War. I think this kid has got a real good future. It's too soon to give him another franchise, but to test the waters on a Back to the Future, yeah, let's see what happens. Just because we love him so much, or we love the way Marvel portrayed him as Spider-Man, I'm thinking that fans would be forgiving. They wouldn't be ready to destroy him if they botched it. So because we love him so much as Spider-Man, it's like, you all right, you messed that up, but get your ass back to Marvel.
You got Spider-Man. It's all right.
Yeah, you got some Spider-Man. Keep wall crawling, son. Leave Back to the Future alone. So yeah, I think he'd be forgiven. And I just like his energy. He seems like a good kid to play the role. So that was my number 2 pick. What you got?
And before I say who, I hadn't thought of this before, but as soon as you said that, what if we had, and he's too old to do it now, guys, I'm sorry, but what if we had Tobey Maguire in the reboot for Back to the Future when he was younger?
Horrible.
Think so? Horrible?
No, not even 20 years ago, it still would have been horrible.
All right. So
in my opinion,
my second round draft pick would be Evan Peters from American Horror Story, who played the Lobster Boy in American Freak Show, and he also played the Sugar from the first season. I think he'd be great. They'd have to dye his hair and change it a little bit, but he's got that boyish young looks, or he can play like a 30-year-old, just depending on how they dress him. So I think that would be interesting to see what he would do with that.
Yeah, that dude is awesome, man. He from just alone from what he did in X-Men, the franchise of the X-Men,
he had the best scenes in that whole movie, the slow motion scenes.
The way he portrayed that character, even his work on Kick-Ass. I mean, that qualifies him for a Marty. I see a lot of Marty McFly in those portrayals. So yeah, that was a good pick. Good, cool.
What about you?
Next on my list, if they decided to change the ethnicity of Marty McFly, which nowadays they're doing this, so it's making Marty into a girl, or making a
girl named Marty,
or something like that, like Morticia or something like that. But no, I'm not picking. I didn't put a girl on my list yet, so I'm sorry I'm being sexist. But I did pick if they went with a black dude. I saw the movie Dope, and I love the cast in that, so I thought the lead in Dope would be a good choice. Shameik Moore. if they decided to go Back to the Future to the hood or something like that.
I can see that. And people say, "Well, Marty is white." Yeah, but so what? Um, I can see it because if you, I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie Dope, but he plays a nerdy, awkward high school kid who's obsessed with the '90s. And
Yeah, and that's kind of how I would see
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
He played that almost not the same character, but yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, you could. He's that nerdy, awkward kid who's really bright. I could see him being Marty. I could see that. That would be interesting to do. All right.
So what you got? What's your
so I got one more Marty. So for my last pick, and this was me deciding to go on the younger side of a Marty McFly, would be the kid from the Bates Motel show, Freddie Highmore. I don't know what it is. I think that kid's great in that show, and I would like to see him in other things other than playing Bates. So
right. You know what? I've never seen the show, and I've been meaning to watch it.
He's a great actor, man. It's like you really. It's kind of exciting. That like, where is this kid's career going to go after this? Because he's going to get like Harry Pottered and be notched into that's Patrick Bateman. He's just Bates. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. He's the last of my pick.
Yeah. So my last two, because I had a 4 and a 5. So my 4 and 5 real fast was just as these are two as just jokes. Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf MTV series, only because of the Marty McFly Teen Wolf,
Michael J. Fox Teen Wolf
tie-in. So it's like, well, you got to, and it kind of reminds me of the Han Solo thing, where you got a new guy who's going to be our new Han Solo, a younger Han Solo, but then they might not go with him to play Indiana Jones when they recast him.
Wouldn't that be
funny? Yeah. So it's like everybody was thinking, is this guy going to get 2 jobs like the way Harrison Ford did? Like, no, Disney's not doing that anymore. They're going to give Han Solo to one dude, and they're going to give Indiana Jones to another guy. So it'll be funny that. So that's why I picked Tyler Posey, only because I thought about those two same actor that played 2 iconic characters. So let's see if Tyler gets that, since he's already Teen Wolf. And then the last guy, just as a joke, only because he's buzzing a little bit now. I got to see some of his in that movie he just did, this independent film, Nick Jonas, and only because he's a musician, he's a stage performer, he's kind of a proven actor. He hasn't proven much to me, but like I said, I'll give him a shot and look at his other works and see if maybe he could pull off Marty McFly. Who knows? So that's my mark. So you know what? Just for fun, because I didn't think about that. What if they did go with casting a girl? I just thought of one. You know who they would probably give it to, even though her
Chloe Moritz.
Damn it! Damn it! You stole it from me.
Did I get it? Was I right?
That's exactly who I was thinking they would give it to.
See, look how much we're in sync, guys. Look at that shit. I just pulled the first thing that came out of my fucking head, and that's exactly what Chris was
exactly what I was thinking about. Yeah, that's who they would give it to, and they would probably bomb. So it would probably be Chloe Moritz, and who else? There's another girl that's starting out, who's doing good. No, I can't think of it. So yeah, that's probably who they would give it. If it was to get cast today, it would probably be Chloe Moritz.
She's brilliant. I loved her in that movie, Let the Right One In, I believe it was, where she was a little vampire.
Yeah, she was good in that movie, but the original, the Swedish version was way better.
And you're one of the only people I've ever met. Matter of fact, maybe the only person I've ever met who's actually ever seen the original, because I saw the original first.
Yeah, and that's why
I saw the trailer for the new one. I was like, wait a minute.
If you would have watched, if we're going on a tangent, but if you would have watched without watching the original version, you would have thought that was a great movie. But watching the original first, oh no, it was done it being from another country even made it spookier. But all right, going back. Okay, so now we're moving on to Doc Brown. So
sorry, ADD moment, guys. All right, but that's what we do. Okay, so those were our picks for what we would like to see in the character of Marty. The second most important character, and maybe the most important character, Doc Brown. Now, I came up with 4. I got 4 for mine. And I'll go ahead and spit mine out. My number 1 pick is kind of conflicting to me because I know he will never do it, even if he's offered like $40 million. Well, maybe if he's offered $40 million. But my number 1 pick would be Daniel Day-Lewis as Doc Brown. I know that sounds crazy and weird, but sit on that and stew on it and think about it for a while.
I mean, it's the obvious choice. The guy he would become. What's the original guy who was playing Doc Brown? Christopher
Lloyd.
Oh my God, Christopher Walken.
No, Christopher Lloyd. But
I know, but
But
what about
Christopher?
Christopher Walken?
Hey, we're gonna put this DeLorean. Like, you imagine
That would be
Christopher
crazy.
Walken as Doc Brown?
That's
That
not
would
on
be
my
a good
list.
pick. That would be a good pick, actually.
That was not on my list at all, but I just thought of that now. Yeah,
Like, hey,
Daniel
it
Day-Lewis.
was crazy. You know.
I'll let you have that pick, so that you can have Christopher Walken too. So yeah, but yeah, that's an obvious pick. I mean, he's an Oscar guy. He could play anything. This dude, he can do anything. The dude was Abraham Lincoln. So yeah, that's cheating. You get the best actor in the
But I mean,
world.
that's like.
Cheating.
I wanted somebody who could be calm, cool, and collective, a little funny, but could go outrageous and crazy Doc Brown, and that's the guy. I've abandoned my child. You know, like when he's in There Will Be Blood, he goes crazy in that movie. So I was like, Daniel Day-Lewis,
best actor in the world, man. Of course, you got it. If this would have been the early '90s, I would have said Leonardo DiCaprio for Marty McFly, man.
Oh yeah, he's a brilliant fucking actor, man. He's probably the most diversive, multi-capable of any kind of notch any role he can do. It doesn't matter what kind of role it is.
He reminds me of a little younger of Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, like J. Fox, or even like Robert De Niro in his prime. Like he's any director in the world would want to work with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. The next so my guy for my first person for Doc Brown was Bill Murray. I mean, his hair's turning gray. You know, he's got the scientist link with the Ghostbusters stuff.
Right. He's that age.
I mean, he's got in the comedy child. I think it would be hilarious if they got the right. Imagine if it was Bill Murray. If Bill Murray was the age that he is today, and if we put him back in 1985, he probably would have been cast to play the Doc, because that with Michael J. Fox's energy, with Bill Murray's comedic timing, he would have been a very sarcastic Doc Brown, and probably would have like talked so much shit. Like that whole thing where he's not convinced that this guy's from the future, like, get the hell off my property. That scene, Bill Murray would have crushed it. Like, okay, kid. Like, what? Who the fuck are you? Like, oh my god, Bill Murray would have crushed that. Yeah, you're from the future. Okay, yeah, all right. So I'm gonna call the cops and
gets his double barrel shotgun.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my first pick of. What's your next pick for the Doc?
All right. So, and this was my other one that was a tie for number one. And my instinct was to go with this other guy that I'm about to say, because I think he would do it, and I think he would be the more popular vote than Daniel Day-Lewis. But I honestly like Daniel Day-Lewis a little better. Would be Bryan Cranston.
Oh, we have a guest. All right. I told you we were already in the middle of filming it, and she said, I said, hey, just break into the video whenever you're ready with a list. But from RyceTV, we have Charisse. How you doing?
Hi. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I like your shirt. You got Optimus Prime as the judge.
Yeah, only Optimus Prime can judge me. Yes.
Get that tattooed.
Right.
All right, so we've already started off with we finished off with Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly.
Yeah,
but
we gotta get her
whatever yours is, we'll stop right now, and we kind of started with Doc Brown, but we're gonna let you have the floor. Who was your picks for Marty McFly? Go for it.
Yeah, as I was telling you, like, I thought that your picks, what I was hearing from, I'm not sure if you already took off the broadcast, but from what I was hearing, you guys were, had some very good ideas when it came to Marty. If it were to be a reboot, and
Right.
if we were to go ahead and talk about why this should not be a reboot, we'll talk about that later. So I mean, because like I heard Zach, I thought that Zach was a good pick.
Well, I'll do a quick rundown. So mine was Zac Efron, Tom Holland, our Spider-Man, Shameik Moore from Dope, Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf, and Nick Jonas. So that was mine. Sean, what was your Marty's?
Cameron Monaghan from Gotham. He played the Joker character. Evan Peters from American Horror Story, and Freddie Highmore from The Bates Motel.
All right. So that was all. What do you got, Reese? What do you think about those, and what do you got for us?
Like I said, I like Zach. I really did like Tom Holland. I mean, if we were to change ethnicities, Will Smith's son can probably be a good fit for
Would,
it.
that would be, it would fit, but
They would crucify him.
He would get booed off the stage.
People are already booing him off the stage.
True.
He can't get
The director would be like, no.
But you know what? To be fair,
He can do it.
But to be fair, he crushed it as the Karate Kid. So it might just be a hit and miss kind of a thing.
Yeah.
He might crush it. So I didn't think of that. So.
What was it? After Earth? I loved him in After Earth. I love the whole movie. I love the whole concept. No matter how much people hate about it, I actually liked it, And I really do think that he can really bring it when it comes to this really nerdy guy. Another person that could probably fit, maybe he might be a little bit too old. I don't know his name, but he played in both Harry Potter, and he is one of the main characters on How to Get Away with Murder. Way back.
the thin one, the star.
I think the star that now there's a lot of controversy around his character. Well, just in the actual.
I don't know his name either, but I know who you're talking about. He reminds me of, for some reason. Yeah, but he reminds me of why they went from Eric Schultz to Marco J. Fox for some reason. I think he would bring an Eric Schultz kind of a vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
But
old dude from not old dude, but the guy who plays Daniel on Once Upon a Time can probably be a good fit.
I'll have to take your word on that because I've never seen the show.
Oh.
but yeah, so I have to take your word for it. But Sean, I don't know if you watched Once Upon a Time. You ever watched that show?
I have seen it, but I haven't seen enough of it to. That's why I was thinking. I was like, man, Daniel.
Daniel is the kid.
I'm gonna have to Google this later because I haven't seen the show in years.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The son of both the evil queen and the chosen or the savior.
My wife has seen this, and I've watched like an episode or two with her, but it's been years. It's been years.
I got you. Because I kind of fell out of love with it too, so I understand where you are.
But I think I know who you're talking about, though.
So was that? Did you have one more for Marty, or was that?
That's all that comes to mind right now.
If you had to pick somebody or somebody's to be Doc Brown, who would be your first round draft pick?
You, Laurie! That's my baby.
Drew? Which one?
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. Oh, House.
Yes.
Hugh Laurie.
The doctor?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about him. I didn't even think about him. Yeah.
That's an awesome one. I said Bill Murray. That was my first one.
A diamond in the rough. I didn't even think about that dude.
Sean, your first one was what? Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, but that never happened. But yeah.
That never happened.
It never happened.
Hugh Laurie, that's a really good one. Now Hugh Laurie is on Veep. He's about to become the president, I think, on Veep. He is very, very funny on that TV show. If you're not watching that on Showtime, you got to be watching.
I could totally see him as Doc Brown, a crazy zany scientist.
Yes,
little nerdy glasses on the end of him. I could see that.
Yeah.
Well, you almost crushed my list, but my number 2 is going to destroy. So no, what were you about to say, Reese?
He actually did an impression of Doc Brown on House.
What?
At least.
Oh, I'm Googling that later.
So it was just like, oh yeah, I remember him doing that, and I mean, of course, it was just pure sarcasm.
Right.
It was pure awesomeness.
Okay, cool.
Do you remember Doc Brown's famous line?
Great Scott?
There you go. All right. Did he do it? Did Hugh Laurie do the Great Scott? Great Scott.
Yes.
So speaking about Doc Brown's famous line, so if I was to think about the one where the Libyans first came in, it's like, oh my, they found me.
They found me. I don't know
how, but they found me. My number 2 would totally crush that line. You know it. You love him. Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Boom.
Actually, Jeff Goldblum is good too.
That's cheating.
Jeff Goldblum's great.
Could you imagine it? Oh, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
So
run for it,
typecast.
Marty.
He's great.
You better run for it, Marty.
It'd be just like Jurassic Park. Must go faster. Must go faster.
Must go fast. 88 miles per hour. Must go faster.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
What about you? What's your second round pick?
Moi, I have none. Hugh
No?
Laurie was my all in all.
All right, so that's you've invested all your chips into Hugh Laurie. Okay.
That's a good pick. I didn't think of that.
It is a good pick. It is a good pick.
Was a great one. I didn't think about that one. So, our power through the last couple of ones. What you got, Sean?
Yeah. So my second one would have been Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad, because the dude can pretty much do anything. It'd be funny to see him get a little zany, because I remember him from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
He gets a little weird, you know.
He would have been aggressive though as Doc Brown.
He can be whatever you want him to be.
Like, great Scott, get in the car and.
You want some meth? Yeah. The third one I had, and this was almost my first pick, will be Michael Keaton as Doc Brown.
Michael Keaton,
because Beetlejuice, you know, he gets all like, he can get all crazy and wild. Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Okay.
And my last one would be, and this was kind of just like a fallback default. Yeah, he could do it. Would be Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. Awesome.
You know what? You guys actually, I have like 2 picks just because I'm just listening to you two.
What you got?
See, if you're gonna go for people, Michael Keaton, or even Michael Keaton. The first thing that popped in my head was actually Johnny Depp.
I thought about him too, but I wasn't sure about the age because he's just turned 50. But that was one of my first thoughts because, you know, him and Alice in Wonderland and Jack Sparrow. I really did. I thought of him too.
I mean, if age or not, I mean, Doc Brown, I mean, genius. I mean, no matter, Doc Brown could technically be a 20-year-old. If he figured out how to time travel, he figured it out.
Right.
So, I mean, does he have to be 60 or 70? No. I think he could be 30. But
it might actually benefit them to cast somebody of that age because they can go back and do the 50s scenes and just make him without prosthetics and then just put a little bit on his face and make him in the 80s or even if they did it in the 80s, you know, 30 years later.
I'm convinced if they reboot this movie that we're not going to the 50s, we're going to the 80s.
That would be cool.
Yeah. That's what
trying to figure out my thing is they have to figure out what. And this is not really a reboot. It will be still in the same universe. Trying to figure out what happened that 2016 is not exactly the 2016 that they first went to.
Yeah, they went to the year 2015 in the sequel. They had flying cars and self-lacing Nikes.
Right, thank you, Sharice, because you actually just reminded me of something that I contemplated on just one time, and I totally forgot about it a long time ago. Yes, you're right. That this is not the 2015 or 2016 that they mentioned in the movie. Like Doc Brown comes back and goes, Marty, everything's all messed up. The 2016 that we see it as today, the hoverboards are not here. They're still rolling on those 2 wheels. It's weird. Everything's wrong. Like he would look at our timeline and say it's wrong.
Right.
Go back, see what happened, fix it so that we can get the hologram 2015.
Jaws 35.
Yeah, and all the price, like it's weird. Gasoline prices is back down to $2 a gallon when it's supposed to be $2,000 a gallon. Everything's wrong or something. Like he would look at our timeline and be like, something happened. So that would be an interesting concept. Them trying to fix the future and turn it back into the one we saw in the movie instead of the one we have now or something like. Who knows? But that would be funny. Like that would be a funny thing. But to power through the rest of my guys. Jeff Goldblum. Okay, so my third guy was Steve Martin for Doc Brown.
He's a good actor. I haven't seen him in a long time. It'd be interesting to see him come back.
Yeah, and if they wanted to go slightly younger, Will Ferrell.
He'd be funny. Will Ferrell would be funny, dude. That would be funny.
I can get down with that.
And I was thinking about saying the original Marty McFly, Eric Schultz as a joke, but I'm thinking about, but this is Hollywood. I know exactly who they would pick for the name recognition and because of the fact that he's not beyond taking a character who was once white and turning him black. And that is Samuel L.
Samuel Jackson as Doc Brown.
No. No.
I knew that was coming. I didn't know was coming.
Just no.
Get in the damn car.
Get in the motherfucking car.
Can you imagine that, like, somehow, in some way, something went so wrong
that it turned him into Sam Jackson.
Huh?
That it turned him into Sam Jackson.
Exactly.
He's like, Doc? What the fuck do you want?
He said, I just want to see him in that wig, a big old wig, and a lab coat. He's like,
he got the cigarette in his mouth and the fro, man. Just like
from Jurassic Park. Yeah, he'd be the same doctor from Jurassic Park. He's been a scientist before. Come on, he can do it.
Yeah, but he got killed in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, well, he got killed in Back to the Future too. So
he dies in almost all of his major movies at one point or another.
Doc Brown died, so I mean, he can come back.
Technically, he did. Technically, Doc Brown did die.
Yeah, he died.
He died
and then Marty saved him. Yeah, he died and Marty saved him.
That's not a death.
Oh, he died.
But that's not.
But technically, since Marty was always going to go back in time, technically he never did die because he had already had the suit. Because Marty was destined to go back. But could you imagine though, if going back to my Jeff Goldblum thing, I think the only problem would be when the people that's trying to get the plutonium or whatever from Doc Brown, with everything that's going on with the world nowadays politically and whatnot, you couldn't blame it on the Libyans and whatnot, since we are actually
the Koreans.
Exactly, it would probably be the Koreans. The Koreans or something, because blaming it on the Libyans and saying Libyans now is more controversial today than it was in the 80s, even though technically they were probably still trying to get that stuff back then. But could you imagine?
They would say that he stole it from our own government.
Our own government, or the Koreans, or the Russians, or something like that.
Or we can just blame it on Trump.
Yeah, Trump, he found me. I don't know, but he found me.
I don't know how he got his hands on that plutonium, but he found me.
You know, another pick that came to my head was Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Yeah, he is a good. Did you know that he played the Joker longer than anybody?
I know. I was so surprised. You know, I felt like a failure as a geek or a nerd, because here I am. I say, hey, I'm a Star Wars fan, and then I had no idea that
he's that good. He's that good. You can't recognize his voice.
He was so awesome.
Awesome.
Like, he actually did a line. I'm not sure if you guys saw the video that he did a line from The Killing Joke, and it was
at Comic-Con.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was so remarkable.
Mark Hamill as Doc Brown, man, that would be awesome. Well, all right, guys, so that was our rundown, kind of rumors and specs on what would happen if we were to cast a rebooted, remade, reimagine a crazy alternative psycho universe where Back to the Future got touched and they erased all the copies of the original and forced us to watch this new version. So that was our picks. Let us know what you guys think. I want you to comment below. I want to thank Sean for helping me out, and I want to thank RyceTV for breaking in and via satellite coming in and just totally just amping it up.
Today, I'm Wonder Woman.
Just exactly, she's like Wonder Woman. She knows when she's needed. She swooped in on the invisible jet and was like, boom, from the TV show house, and this thing just totally just blew our minds. But there were some good picks, and I appreciate it. Also, like I said, comment. Let us know what your picks are. Let us know what you think. Hit the like button, like if you like what you saw, and subscribe. Share with all your friends. Don't forget. Also, check out RyceTV and go to her channel. She's also got some great reviews and great things to say about all things in the world of geekiness, nerdiness, and outstandingness. And till next time, guys, it's Chris Sean. We're talking to the medias. Peace.